One, two, three.
Hi and welcome everyone to our group discussion today. As you all know, today we are going to discuss about how schools environment in Malaysia can be improved. So when we talk about school, we might want to refer to the educational system as a whole. So educational system is something that is very important because it helps to shape the future of our country. It helps to reflect the people in our country and also to improve the way of our thinking. And by that being said, in my opinion, one of the way to improve the school's environment is by getting a well-trained teachers, which means that we have to train teachers better because teachers are the one that play a very huge role in school. Teachers are the one that will teach students either it be informal or formal learning. So by formal learning, I mean is that the syllabus itself, and the learning is by the character development of the students, and also students will rely more on teachers. So getting a better trained teachers is very important. And also, if I'm not mistaken, that teachers in primary school should at least have the diploma in teaching if they want to teach, even though they already have the bachelor's in other courses related to their subject. And also if they are graduates from overseas, they still have to get a diploma in teaching. And I think this is a very good approach because we know that during their time taking the diploma, they will learn a lot of things about educational systems, especially whether it be from the management or from the way they teach students in school. So I think that teachers should at least have the diploma in teaching, even though they are teaching preschool students. And the next thing is that teachers should be sent to seminar maybe once in a while, so that they will catch up with the latest way of teaching students in the very effective way. Because some teachers might have an old school kind of teaching skills and it might be suitable for the people or like the youngsters, and maybe others might want to share their their opinion about it and maybe their way of teaching which is maybe better than it. So the sharing of thoughts, the sharing of opinions, that is very important to improve the teaching skills. So I think that is all from me. Maybe you guys wanna add up a little more, right?
Yes, Miss Athirah. I think I want to share my point of view about this. Well, I think school's environment best be improved by have more teachers in one school. For example, more teacher in to teach in one subject because different teacher have their own different skills to teach student. Could you imagine if there is one teacher in school which teach just one teacher per subject? Would you think that the student who are not understand about the subject will be interesting in that subject because they don't get the way the method that teachers the method that teacher teach them, so then they will just not interesting to learn, and then the school environment will just be boring, and student will not pay attention to that teacher anymore. And this is different from student who can go to tuition class because they can get to learn about the subject from the different teacher. But can you imagine for student who could not afford to pay for tuition class, how they study, how they want to know more about this? And what if they don't have any internet connection for their study? Could that be a problem for them to learn about that subject? Okay, I think that's all from me. Could Miss Yan give your point of view? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Husnia. I have a question to Husnia, just like what she said just now. She said maybe different teacher they have a different skills to teach teachers. So I would like to ask, how can you make sure that the student, because most of the time the student will get a constant teacher for 1 year. For example, your teacher will not change throughout the year. But how if you think that the teacher is boring, how can you like change the teachers, or how can you like make some difference for the student?
Oh, you mean how student can learn from different? teacher get a different knowledge, like that.
Yeah, something like just how can they change the teacher, because this is something that the school management they already set for the teachers for each class. So how can we change the teachers, like what you said, different more teacher, and then you can get interact with more teachers, but how can you change the teachers in the class?
Oh, how you can change the teacher in the class? Well, we every year we changed our teacher, and I think uh um I would like to give example of me when I was in SPM. Well, at school I actually doesn't understand the way of my teacher teach me. So um I actually very lucky because I have another teacher that teach me that the same subject. And I think sometimes our teacher make a class where we can go to their class, or whether the student from the other class come to us, we can change. And actually that's very fun to do, because when with that teacher, she maybe explain to me like, actually you doesn't need this, you doesn't need that, because it's not in the paper, it's not very important to know about that. Okay, I think that's all. I hope I answer your question. Mm.
Yeah, thank you, Husnia. From my point of view, I think the best way to best improve the environment of the school is by improving the school buildings. So basically, when we are like building our school, or maybe we want to make some improvement to our school, we can make more space for the student to carry out activities like maybe exercising, or maybe walking during the rest time. So I think we should have more space for the student, and so that their feeling will also won't feel like very packed enough, like, because studying is something already stressful for some students. So I think that if a space is big enough, then you will feel like you have a better feeling when you are studying in school. And also, if they want to make some improvement for the schools, I think they should build windows facing the sunlight, because if there's a good sunlight, the student will feel more happier. I think for me lah, as an example, I will feel more happier when I'm facing the sunlight, because if the space is too dark, or maybe when the learning environment is too dark, I feel like the student will feel uncomfortable, and then they can't concentrate on learning, because the environment is quite, I think, likely for them to feel sleepy in the class. I think that's all from me. So I think improving the school building is a quite important move to create a best environment in school. Adam, do you have any point?
Yes, I think, in my opinion, the best way to improve a school's environment is by implementing good security. Schools need to install surveillance cameras both inside and outside the building. Surveillance cameras offer you the chance to monitor staff, students, and visitors as they enter or exit the building and walk to the halls. And as an added bonus, the mere presence of video cameras can prevent bad behavior. Next, having security guards stationed in and around schools has many benefits. For starters, guards ultimately help to reduce incidences of violence. It's also a good thing to have more guards in schools because they provide guidance for both parents and strangers while boosting security there too. I think that's all for my point.
So thank you all for sharing. And for Adam, may I ask you a question? So
Can
you said that improving security helps to improve the school's environment. So does it mean that students should also follow the school rules, like not involved in any bullying, also considered is improving the security of school?
Um, I think student should follow school rules because student must be responsible, and also we can avoid from bully bullying case.
Okay, thank you.
That's
Thank
all.
you, all right,
Yeah.
thank you, Adam, for your answer. And I appreciate you all for coming for our discussion today. And I think that we've come to the end of our discussion, that I would like to conclude that teachers play a very huge role. They are the backbones in school, and school building, school environment itself is something that will help to improve the way of the students learn, to help improve the quality of the school, the quality of learning in school, because cozy, spacious, and secure, which is safe school environment helps to develop the students in better way, right? So I think that is all for our discussion today. Thank you for coming in, everyone.
Thank you, Miss Athirah.
Thank you.
10 minit ke 12 minit? 12 kan?
Boleh, boleh. 12 pun boleh kan kalau yang ikut muat. Kalau ikut muat.
Tadi Athirah confused tau. 10 ke 12 ni? Aduh.
Ya,
It's okay, it's okay.
dekat